Hey, this is Russ. Notice I'm wearing a red shirt. I think that's the first thing you should notice. I'm usually wearing a black shirt or maybe a navy blue shirt, sometimes a blue shirt, but I don't think you've seen me in red before. Yeah, I actually have quite a few of these polo shirts. Is that what they call them? Polo shirts? But really, mostly black. That's why you usually see me in black. Anyways, I wanted to make an impromptu video. It's lunchtime right now, and so I was, debating what am I going to have for lunch, and I remember I had a package of ramen. Now we're talking the instant ramen. We're not talking good stuff, okay? We're talking stuff that probably cost 10 cents to 15 cents a package. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this one up is because this is one of the most favorite things I used to eat when I was a freshman in college. And freshman in college, I was at the University of Illinois. I roomed with my brother in the dorm. And my cousin, we call him our cousin, but he's actually a step higher than us. But I think he's more along the lines of my mom, quite frankly. And anyways, my cousin Albert. And so we just call him our cousin. It's a lot easier. And so Albert was actually on the floor of the dorm that we were in at the University of Illinois. So my brother had roomed with him for I think a year, something like that. And then when I became ready to go to college, he roomed with me. So Albert had to get a roommate. Albert was a senior, I believe, at the time when I was a freshman, and my brother was going into his sophomore year, and of course I was my freshman year. And I was a music major, music theory and composition. Music major for 1 year before I decided, no, I don't think I can make a living doing this. I got to get out of this. And so I transferred out of the University of Illinois and went to another school. So anyways, here's the story, okay? Because I was low man on the totem pole, okay, we would go downstairs during evening hours. The cafeteria, the dorm cafeteria, was always open for people to go there to study. And so the three of us would go to study in the evenings. And of course, I kind of knew I wasn't gonna finish up at the U of I, and I said, I just need to pass through this year. I don't want to blow it all off. I do want to learn something, but I didn't have a lot of classes that required a lot of studying, quite frankly, especially the last semester. So the other two guys, of course, had a bunch of studying to do. So they would send me upstairs to our dorm room, and they said, "Okay, go make the stuff." And I knew exactly what they meant. What we would like to do afterwards, after studying, is we would like to have a bowl of ramen. It's just something we always did, and we did it a little differently. And I'm going to show you today what we did. Most people would, I think all college kids have gone through ramen at one time, right? It's the cheapest thing you can buy. It was 10 cents a pack. I don't even know what it is today. I think it's between 10 and 12 cents a pack if you buy it in bulk. Otherwise, it could be as much as 20 cents now. I don't know. Regardless, it's pretty cheap, right? And so we didn't have anything to cook on, but we did have a rice cooker. All right, hey, come on, Asian guys, we got to have our rice cooker. So we had a personal rice cooker size, and we would use that to heat things up. So I would go upstairs. They would send me up and says, "Make the stuff." I would go upstairs and I would open up 2 to 3 packs of ramen, stick it inside the rice cooker, put some water in there, and then heat it up. All right. Now we did it a little bit differently than most people do. I'm going to show you how we did it. Take a look at this. Now, this is what I typically would do. And again, I'm sorry for the rash on my left hand. That's from Clorox, because I've been using Clorox wipes and I seem to break out from it. Anyways, I'd open up the packages of ramen. I'm just making one for myself here. So usually we would get the beef flavored ramen. Okay, it's not, well, okay, it's the packet, right? This one happens to be roast beef flavor, right? Very similar. It's very similar. I think I like the roast beef flavor better, to tell you the truth. So I would put the seasoning pack on top of the noodles, and then I just run some water. And of course, in this case, I didn't quite hit it, so I'm gonna flip it. You got to get that seasoned pack into the water. And you notice I didn't put a lot of water in mine, but I know that Albert used to like it with some soup and things. But for me, I always liked it kind of dry. I just like the noodles. So I would heat this stuff up. All right. Now I would use the rice cooker to do this. In this case, I'm over the stove here. I'm using the chest mount again, by the way. And I know that some of you didn't like my last video with the chest mount running, but hey, I need both hands. Okay. And believe it or not, I put in some cheese. We actually liked it noodles and cheese. We'd call it noodles and cheese. All right. And the reason is because it's kind of like macaroni and cheese. If you think about it, it's not macaroni in there. It's noodles, but it's kind of similar. And for me, I like putting 2 slices of American cheese in there. And the reason I like it is because I like my noodles cheesy. 1 pack's not enough for me. I got to have a second slice of cheese in there. So I would melt this thing down. And here's the interesting thing, though. We used to put in hot dogs. I would cut up some hot dogs and we'd throw the hot dogs in there. Now, some people don't like that. I know my daughter thinks that's absolutely gross. But I've graduated from that. I'm putting in pulled pork. Because you know I do barbecue stuff. So I have leftover pulled pork and I'm putting that in. Quite frankly, I think this is an upgrade from hot dogs. But yeah, you know, we're poor. We don't have a lot of money when we're in college, so we use hot dogs. And this is about the amount of liquid that I have left. I don't put a lot. I just have enough to kind of keep it moist, and the rest of it is really noodles. And in this case, pulled pork. Yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah, I have not eaten these things in so long. I mean, a long time. And then recently I said, you know, I would like to get some ramen. I don't think I've touched ramen in probably 3 years, easy. Because I've been dieting and things and trying to keep away from that. But, you know, hey, sometimes you just got to do it. So you can see the glee in my eyes when I see ramen. Yeah, it's cheap stuff, but it brings me back. It reminds me of my days back at the University of Illinois, and those days, you know, making the ramen and noodles and cheese and hot dogs. But hey, I'm telling you, you can graduate from hot dogs. It looks a little bit better, and it tastes a little bit better too on top of that. Anyways, that's really all I wanted to share with you guys, kind of show you what I used to do. I do miss it, quite frankly. So having this is a big treat for me. I know my wife doesn't like me eating the ramen. She says, you know, you're just putting on calories. And it's true. This stuff is not light in calories. By the time you add everything up, I wouldn't doubt that bowl of ramen is close to 1,000 calories already. Every now and then, right? It's not bad if it's every now and then. Anyways, if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit it all. And I will talk to you guys next time.